Tell me your story.
I was this close to dying from a brain abscess that was misdiagnosed.
Good to know people care, though.
For a lot of people, the MRIs are clear.
You said you had a lot to tell.
Oh, yeah.
Someone said,
I thought it was normal to have like seizures by yourself all the time.
You definitely will feel guilt a lot.
I so appreciate you putting this together.
thank you. Night sweats. For the past couple of years, I've been waking up drenched in sweat. For the past year, my husband says I have started snoring. 2 days ago, I had my first two seizures. I had to stay overnight at the hospital, and all my tests came back normal. Could any of this be related? In April, I was getting faint and actually passed out twice. Once in a public Safeway. I wore a temporary heart monitor for a week that found nothing. No one has any answers. I'm so confused as to why this is happening. I'm starting to take lamotrigine along with Prozac and propanolol, and mirtazapine. It's just asking, could all the basically seizures and stuff like that be related to the night sweats? I don't have seizures sometimes, but I do get the night sweats, even without seizures. First comment says, I hope you get answers. Look into focal seizures and auras. My boyfriend has had a similar experience, still waiting to see a neuro, but CT and labs were normal, as always. You guys have night sweats and ideas? Does that sound like it could be part of a seizure?
It could also be sleep apnea from what you said about snoring.
Could also be hormones.
It's good to know because I can relate to this situation. I don't think it's hormones for me, but could be the sleep apnea.
You have hormones too?
Yeah. How often do they peek their little heads out, show each other? I don't know. They're there somewhere.
Oh, they're there.
Yeah, it's like emotions. They're there somewhere. Anyhow, night sweats. Anybody get night sweats? For me, I do a lot, and like Jack just said, it could be the oh, Jeff, I forgot what you just said.
Sleep
Oh,
apnea.
could be the oh man, I said it again.
Sleep apnea?
There you go. Jeff said it could be sleep apnea, which I have, and which is really nice to hear because I never thought of that, I never put those pieces together. And sometimes I wake up like extremely drenched, like I need to take my shirt off because there's no other way to cool down. Or it just feels disgusting. Shirt's drenched.
Can't that be a trigger for seizures too? I mean, is it for you?
Not really. I never woke up and felt drenched and then had a seizure. But I've waken up and felt drenched and had to change my shirts and sheets and that type of stuff, or stop coddling because I'm sweating.
Did they specify in the post if the seizures happen after the sweat?
Since I had my first two seizures, I had to stay overnight at the hospital. The test came back normal. Could any of this be related? For the past year, been snoring, and waking up in drenched. Waking up drenched in sweat.
Yeah, so keep taking notes. What are you gonna say?
Those are the new things. Basically, waking up drenched in sweat, and new to waking up snoring. Snoring and drenched in sweat is new. Snoring isn't a big sign of epilepsy.
It's a big sign of sleep apnea, though.
Snoring is?
I believe so.
It is.
That is like the big sign of sleep apnea. By the way, quick side note though, I just got a call this past Thursday. This guy got the results of his sleep study that he just had just a couple weeks ago. I told you about, and I have mild obstructive sleep apnea. So I'm gonna get a CPAP machine. Yay. I don't know whether to be happy or not, but if it does something, then great. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Mine
Where's
worked
the-
for a long time. And now it just, I don't sleep, so, I sleep restlessly all night.
Is
But
it the CPAP, or
no,
the,
CPAP is working fine. It's
yeah,
just, it's just
it's the
me.
new meds and stuff that
Yeah,
hit you,
probably.
or-
And even before that, I didn't sleep great.
We should have a CPAP party.
oh boy.
I've been using mine for, I don't know, 25 years. So
I've
I can't
had
even
mine
sleep
for
without it.
I've had mine for around 18 months and haven't used it.
You should.
Yeah, someone else told me that inside the CPAP subreddit that I should
Yeah,
use it.
it'll be uncomfortable the first couple of nights, but stick with it.
Yeah,
It
the
really
only thing
helps.
about it was the thing is like it's my hair.
Yeah.
That's a horrible excuse, but like it doesn't stay on because of my hair.
Be able to get specially designed ones, I would think. For
You would
people.
think they would have come up with something by now.
Yeah.
There are now ones that you can just put in your nose like oxygen from the hospital. So you don't have to wear that mask. Right, just like that, Mark.
Tubes. It's tubes.
Yeah. Whatever they're called. That's the new thing now. You don't have to have that big mask.
Yeah, medical supply stores sometimes are those employees that will tell you more. That's how my mother found out about the tubes instead of the big headgear that they gave her at first.
That gear. It doesn't bother me.
Mine is like this.
Yeah, that's how they are.
Well, news is
Oh, yeah,
good
yours
news,
is.
I guess, for you, Mark. That's
I couldn't imagine
results.
sleeping like this every
Yeah,
night.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, results are results, answers,
Yeah.
whether positive results or negative results are successful test results is my attitude. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a way forward. If
All right, now
I
I want
have
to see a
been,
CPAP episode where everybody has their headgear on for as much of the episode as possible.
yeah, see how long
Have
we
to.
can all put up with it.
Have
Yeah.
to.
I don't have any distilled water. What about tap?
Don't do
No,
it.
Better
It's
off
bad for
using
the
no,
genes.
distilled.
never, always distilled.
Where do I
You
get
don't want to be
distilled
getting
water
that
from?
stuff up your nose.
Where do I get distilled water from?
Any
Anywhere.
The
supermarket.
store, any supermarket, anywhere you get like drinking
Any-
water should have
Mhm.
like gallons of tap water
It's
or
by the pop.
gallons of distilled water. Yeah.
So if I get like a case of water, do they come like that? A case of water and distilled water?
I
You
never
can
see them
get
in
I
a
think
bottles,
you
but they come
get
in
them in like,
gallons.
yeah, like
gallons.
gallon jugs like milk.
Well, being that I don't have water, I guess we won't be having a CPAP party. I'm gonna be
No,
fake
we
and
don't.
just having mine
You don't need
on.
to be using it. Yeah, you don't need to be using it. I think the symbol of nice screenshot of everybody on gallery view with their headgear on is the point that we need to make.
Oh my God. I remember when my parents first started buying gallons of tap water, or like, I thought they were crazy people. I thought, what are
All
you
those
doing
Sam's
buying
Club,
water?
Costco days.
Yeah. You look like crazy people. We get water for free, man. And that was like sometime in the 90s.
Mhm.
I hate
That's how the
buying
childhood
bottled
mind
water.
works. Oh, I know. Don't you feel like we're just drinking plastic?
I hate buying it, but I don't trust the bottle of where I live. I don't trust the water.
What about
Absolutely
arguing?
not.
Yeah, no, it's just the local area, the pipes are breaking all the time and I just I don't want to drink it.
Yeah, for
Down here,
some
I feel like
reason.
we're risking drinking the swamp water.
Oh
We're
man,
like
that
below
sucks.
sea level already.
So Jeff, when you have the CPAP on, is there like a smooth? I don't know. I guess I can breathe pretty well. I mean, without this, but smells different.
I think you would get used to it faster than you think, honestly.
I think I'm more motivated now that Jeff and Mark are doing it as well.
Yeah, and that's not bad. I mean, the one I have, it's a whole mask that covers my nose and my mouth. Not my mouth,
Oh,
my nose. And I have a
You got
whole headgear that goes over my whole head.
it seems like it
you,
might be easier. It's just a little mask instead of all this.
Yeah, it's not a little mask.
is yours a BiPAP?
Don't know. Try it a couple of nights. See if you can get used to it. Just make sure it's distilled water.
Yeah, I don't have any distilled water, and
Call
I'm sure.
Instacart.
Yeah, there's that. And then there's 7-Eleven at the corner. I'm gonna go check that out first before I go Instacart because
They might have it too.
when I Instacart, I tend to spend too much, and I see
Oh.
other things there, and I'm like, oh, I want this too. But I'm supposed to be only be there for distilled water. Oh man, this is kind of giving me hot flashes. I feel so constructed. Ugh.
Did
Wish
you
they-
just go get a cup of coffee? Yeah, you. Green machine. Is that a cup of coffee?
No, I got actually a cup of soda, actually.
Oh, you had a mug in your hand. It looked like you'd sat down with a cup of coffee.
Now I got ice and soda. Uh, I know I shouldn't be drinking soda, but I can't drink coffee actually.
And
Now you
coffee
know
just
you're gonna
sounds
have
so
somebody to
good.
answer to.
I drink caffeine. Oh, I have to admit, I violate the rule. I am bad. Yes,
Oh, I
coffee
drink
and
caffeine all the
sodas.
time.
Yes, wake up
Water.
for a
Decaf.
cup of coffee, and I have such a big soft spot for Mountain Dew Code Red. Yeah, it is.
I drink
I
a lot
had
of water, kind of like 99% water. It's good for you. Keeps me
yeah.
regular. No, I'm just kidding.
I just last time I drank coffee, I had a panic attack.
Well, that's not good.
So that's where I draw the line is coffee. I cannot drink that. I can drink soda and tea, but not.
No form of caffeine at all,
Oh
or
no, I drink caffeine, just not coffee for
not
some
in
reason.
coffee form.
Yeah, I don't know why. That
Caffeine is a
that
soda thing, right? Or is
I
that just sugar?
no, I don't know why I can't drink coffee. That's where that drives me nuts.
That's really interesting, though. Yeah, that's gonna drive me nuts now too, thinking about it. Was there something about the coffee beans, like maybe a different roast, or what about a different blend? Is it the particular beans that are, is
It's a
it the
level. If you
region
check
that they're
the
grown in, or oh my gosh, this could get so scientific.
I
I
love the
know
smell of
exactly
coffee.
why I can't drink coffee. I woke up
Caffeine,
after
no?
my I woke up after my bypass, and the surgeon said, if you ever drink caffeine again, you're gonna die.
Oh my.
So I stopped, and I
That's
learned to like
pretty
decaf.
harsh. That's pretty harsh.
It was probably true.
Did you drink a tremendous amount of it before?
I drank a fair amount of caffeine. Uh, at least 3 or 4 cups a day and a cup or two of cappuccino.
I mean, it's a lot, but I've seen people drink a lot more than that.
I think it was more my heart than the caffeine.
Well, I'm glad you're still here.
Me too.
Me too. I have a post here. For some reason, I always have the hiccups, especially when I talk a lot. I talk a lot. So, seizures and hypochondria. What's hypochondria? And the main
Making you
When you
sick all
think
the
that-
time.
The
Huh?
fear of like getting germs and sick and stuff, like the TV show Monk. Do you know Monk? He's like
Mhm.
obsessive compulsive and a hypochondriac, concerned about getting sick from touching stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
More or less.
Seizures
Yeah,
are
they always think they have a disease.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah.
that they're always sick with something or looking up the symptoms and convinced that they've got this or that, whatever obscure disease from, that nobody else knows about because of insisting on that.
says my late dog was diagnosed with seizures later in life. Certainly sounds like a trigger. Certain sounds would trigger him to jerk, tick, or no other obvious symptoms. I was surprised when he got the diagnosis because that's what I had all the time as a kid. Especially hated clearing the dishwasher because every time I got a glass and it clanked, felt like my brain was jolting and my eyes would flutter. It didn't really impact me much at the time because my spaciness could just be written off as ADHD spaciness. Plates clanking don't have the effect on me anymore, but I still have brain glitches that are annoying at best, but annoying at best, but annoying at worst. There's so few far between that I'm not even sure if it's worth looking into. I'm also not sure whether I'm experiencing seizures or symptoms of disassociation. As an example, I was cutting the sleeves off of the shirt to turn it into a tank top. The first side was perfect, but on the second side, I got confused. End quote, confused. For lack of a better word, 1 second I'm cutting on the line. Next, I notice something is wrong, and now it's butchered beyond repair. I don't know. I'm just stressed because I really think something is wrong with my brain, and it's always brushed off. Does this sound like hypochondria? Mark and Kevin explained hypochondria. Does that sound like hypochondria?
Those last 2 or 3 sentences really do.
You said what are the last 2 or 3 sentences?
Yeah, the last 2 or 3 sentences really sound like a classic sort of.
I can't diagnose, but he definitely sounds obsessive, maybe a little of doing all those rituals again and again. You know, I don't know. Definitely sounds a little obsessive. But once again, I'm not a doctor or a psychiatrist, but
Me either. But hey,
Yeah, just playing amateur armchair psychiatrist. So just wild speculation from lay people.
one comment here says might be FND, PNES. We can't just diagnose online. That said, I read your recent post history on your memory issues, and even if you don't have epilepsy, you might benefit from a neuropsych assessment and any referrals that may garner.
FND, they're saying, is another psychogenic non-epileptic. It's like a PNES type. It's functional neurological disorder. So it looks like they're having a seizure, but it's not caused by electrical activity in the brain. Instead, it results from temporary problems in how the nervous system functions, stress, trauma, other life events. I don't see how it's different than PNES yet.
It sounds to me like PNES looks more like a non-epileptic form of a tonic-clonic, and FNES or the F1 sounds more like a non-epileptic version of functional aware or something where, you know, you're walking around and doing something, but you're not consciously there doing it. It's just in that case, it's not electrical activity going haywire in the brain that's triggering it. It's psychological stuff that's shutting off the conscious awareness part and is proceeding through these processes automatically on its own.
Yeah, that makes sense. It looks like they're saying that it could have be more gradual during a functional. The person's eyes are typically closed. So broader spectrum. Attacks come and go, varying intensity.
Seizures only in sleep? Anyone else? Anyone else only have seizures while they're asleep? The first one was this morning. The others all were while asleep. What's your postictal state like? How do you feel going to bed? Has your neuro found the cause? I'm happy to share all of my experiences with any of you, but is this happening to anyone else? You're not the only one, so don't feel alone. I'm sure other people are going through it. One
Yeah,
more thing.
even if not only in sleep, there are definitely other people who are having them in their sleep, and it sucks either way.
I'm having them in my sleep mostly.
Have you ever had any awake?
I've had absent seizures while awake a couple of times. And I had something the other night. I'm not sure what it was. Liz was eating dinner. I just kept tapping my hand with a finger, and I couldn't stop. And I was aware I was doing it the whole time. And she was talking to me the whole time, and I know what she was saying, but I couldn't stop my finger tapping.
I guess that can be scary for someone not knowing
Yeah.
how you're not paying attention to them when they're standing in front of you.
Well, luckily, I mean, Liz looked right away and she said, you're having a seizure. And then it just stopped a few seconds after that. And in answer to the question about afterwards, yeah, you have a terrible headache that lasts most of the day afterwards.
Do you have like a weird vibe before you're going to bed that tells you you're going to have one?
I thought so. I thought I was getting headaches on the left side of my head, right in the front. And then I was having seizures that night. But then there were nights lately that I had that headache, but I'm not having seizures. And I never really had headaches before that. So that's kind of the way I look at it. And I'm not sure that that's true or not, but that's the only thing I know.
Go through some of the comments. First one says, I'm so sorry. I haven't had any in my sleep yet, but I have had some awakening from sleep and found them terrifying. No advice, but I'm sending love times. Sending love times. Another one says, my boyfriend only has tonic-clonic seizures in his sleep or early morning. The orbits or focal seizures often happen in the morning, but sometimes throughout the day. Another one says, was diagnosed with focal partial seizures a year ago. I am unsure if I have yet to have one in my sleep yet. None of those comments were helpful.
Mark
Go ahead,
has
Mark.
something to say.
Yeah, those.
Okay, so my seizures, as I just said a moment ago, are not only nocturnal, but I do have nocturnal seizures. I don't have only tonic-clonics either. I do have frontal lobe seizures. I have footage of myself having a seizure. I'm in the middle of what the neurologist described as like textbook classic frontal lobe motor hyperautomatisms or something, moving around um, and kind of flailing, kicking. So instead of the jerking, it's kind of reaching and hand flapping and stuff. But the way I knew that that had happened the next morning was, first off, the post-ictal state was just an incredible sense of tiredness. I woke up feeling worse than I did when I went to bed. I felt more tired, like I needed more sleep. It was just this, it wasn't explainable. Next off, I had noticed um, in my normal morning routine, I checked my Fitbit for how much sleep I got and whatnot. So I saw that there was a heart rate spike, a dramatic heart rate spike that had occurred at around like 4 a.m. or so in the morning, something like that, from 60 beats per minute all the way up to 170 beats per minute for like 1 or 2 minutes at a time, and then immediately right back down. So it wasn't like a up and sustained or anything, just boom. And when I went to the check the camera that I had in the bedroom, right at that exact timestamp, matching up with the heart rate spike on the Fitbit was those movements, the flailing, moving arms, the kicking and stuff coinciding with the heart rate, and then the tiredness the next morning. So those three together kind of are how we were able to put it together and prove to the neurologist that that particular seizure had happened. But to the question most specifically, the aura the next morning is that sense of tiredness and kind of an emotionally drained feeling. Yeah, if it weren't for that, I don't think I would have checked the Fitbit. And if I didn't check the Fitbit, I wouldn't look at the camera, and didn't look at the camera, I wouldn't have known anything had happened because, I sleep alone. So, some recommendations there for everyone.
I got something, you guys. It says, do non-status seizures cause brain damage? Can having an ordinary non-status tonic-clonic about once every 1 to 3 years result in brain damage? People complain about the side effects of meds and reducing their cognitive ability. What happens if you just go unmedicated then? Someone says not quite. I think brain damage caused by the seizures. I had a few tonic-clonics right after my first stroke, then I had an aneurysm and seized again. After the stroke, episodes were addressed by having a hole in my heart. I have not had any episodes for 2 years. I tapered off the anti-seizure medication over the first year of recovery, and I've been okay. This time, I kept in touch with my neurologist and the rest of my doctors and followed orders on how to taper off. So ask your neurologist is what I'm saying. I do think that all seizures, regardless if they're non-status or anything, kind of do something to your brain, even the slightest bit. You're never the same. I'm not gonna say you're never the same because I've come out the same, but nothing is ever like it was in your brain once you have a seizure. Things are altered without our consent. Yeah, you're still getting brain damage. Losing cognitive abilities with a non-status seizure. Yeah, I've had non-status seizures, and I think my brain is just as messed up as anyone else's. Thoughts on you guys without non-status seizures? You think they're causing brain damage? Because, like you said, he's having one every other year. No.
Well, like you said, I mean, I think it does kind of forge new pathways in the brain for more seizures to happen, but you don't necessarily feel it after every seizure. But we have a lot of times, like it's impossible to tell how severe the seizure was because nobody's around, or we just turn around and have a black eye and in a different outfit and don't really know what happened. So stuff like that, yeah, you feel different, but I don't know if your brain is like damaged necessarily every time, but it's changed. I think that's safe to say. Wait.
I mean, yes, of course, all seizures deprive the muscles and brain of oxygen to a degree, but I don't know if that's heavy brain damage. I wouldn't call it that. I don't know if that's evidence for brain damage. Yeah, I don't know if we'll classify it as that. I don't have evidence for that. That would be my conclusion so far. I would need further evidence of that.
Is the COVID vaccine responsible? Hi, everyone. I'm 72 years old guy and I'm in excellent health, but this year I've had 2 seizures, one in January and one a week ago, that landed me in the hospital. I've had all kinds of these tests done, including MRI, EEG, blood work, CT scan, but without finding anything abnormal. The doc now has me on Kepper and can't drive for 6 months. I'm an avid hiker, so my entire summer plans are flushed down the toilet. I wonder, is there any evidence the COVID vaccine may be responsible for triggering seizure disorder? I've heard this question plenty of times. I did not get vaccinated. I did not get COVID. So I can't talk there. Did anyone have more seizures during the pandemic? I did, but I didn't get COVID. I had so many seizures during the beginning of the pandemic. So many. Yeah.
But I think that was just because there was people around more to see it.
I was at home and it was ridiculous. I don't know why I was having 6 or 7 a year. Sometimes every month. I didn't understand. I could say I wasn't taking care of myself as much as I am now, but yeah, the beginning of COVID was rough.
6 or 7 a year, is that tonic-clonics?
Yeah.
Does that include focals too, or?
At that time, I didn't know what focals were, so I don't know if I was having focals. But if I had to guess, yes, I was having focals. I think I've been having those for around 10 or more years, at least 10, without knowing exactly what it was. But The ones where I went to the emergency room was only because it was a block away. So yeah, I would always go to the emergency room for seizures, no matter how bad they were, because they were up the street. And I don't know why we need the ambulance every time, but yeah. A
You
lot
get
of,
seen quicker by the doctors and stuff if you arrive by ambulance.
yeah, get you a bed instantly instead of sitting in the emergency room. That I did like. I always got a bed fast because, yeah, they call ahead of time, get them ready. So yeah, there's that part. But anybody had more seizures during the pandemic? Kevin, you were still having seizures around then, right? 2019? Yeah, somewhere around there, right? Oh, you stopped having seizures during the pandemic.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. I think so. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I'll have to do the math on when. Yeah, yeah, I think, yeah, either 18 or yeah, 19. Yeah, but I don't want to get into that right now. Um, but no, no, I don't know. I'm not a math guy. I'm not one of them math science nerds. Come on.
Well, if you say you haven't had one in 6 years, the pandemic ended, well, not ended, started around 6 years ago.
But yeah, no tonic-clonics over for the COVID pandemic. No,
Lucky
and I
you.
and I did get the vaccine, and I did not have.
Yay.
Lucky you. Um,
As we're celebrating.
Toaster, how did it go for you? Did you have more or less seizures during the pandemic?
You know, I have no idea because that was around the time that we were working on surgery. So I have no idea.
You had surgery?
Yeah, want to say it was 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, no, pandemic happened in 2020. Wow, I am getting so many years confused. You know, I don't remember when I had surgery. I'd have to look at the damn picture. That's how I know. When I forget when I had it, I go look at the picture of my hippocampus.
Oh yeah, I do remember you said you had the hippocampus taken out and you got to see it, right?
Yeah.
I
Okay, yeah, I
actually
remember
also had surgery during this pandemic. In 2020, I had a battery taken out, so that all went well though.
Do they do that outpatient?
Yeah, it was outpatient. I think it was yeah, it was 2020, and they were all very crazy about the cleanliness and everything, but nothing went wrong.
Could never take that mask off.
Oh
No.
yeah,
some of the comments here. One said, no, the COVID vaccine should not be responsible. I have nocturnal grand mal seizures. Have had them for 20 years, multiple MRIs, EEGs, sleep studies, and they have never found anything. I am also on Keppra. The brain can do funny, stupid things like an electrical short and cause a seizure. Hopefully, you can find some local hikes you can do that you can get a ride or use public transportation. It really is a second position to be in, and I'm sorry you went through this. Another one says it could absolutely be responsible. Doctors are just now admitting what they are seeing in quote post COVID. Seizures are just most recent symptom for my daughter and many other we've met. The truth is coming to surface. Let's just pray that the research community figures out and a way to stop the effects and spike protein in our bodies. If you haven't tried low dose nicotine patches, give it a try. Many say all of their post COVID symptoms clear up. Didn't work for my
What
daughter, but it was worth it.
the fuck type of psychobabble is this shit?
Hey,
Okay, sorry.
Getting to
I need to
try a
mute myself.
nicotine patch if you have post-COVID.
That is on the level of this is actually worse than, oh, you have seizures. Have you tried keto? No, that's even worse. I
right.
don't know why, but it is.
Yeah, not as bad as Clorox cures COVID, but worse than the seizure thing. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Well, I don't think there's any argument that post-COVID is a thing, but it doesn't cause seizures.
Got one here. My wife fought seizures for 8 years. Same test found nothing, but we figured out after the third one, a year apart, but getting closer, that we simply drink too much. We retired in 2008 with lots of money, and time went into party mode, which slowly but naturally escalated into a problem. We loved our lifestyle, so we resisted seriously considering that. We are 69. Good luck. Another one says, I don't know about the seizures, but I believe it's caused by my brain tumor that led up to little seizures I've had. When the neuro tells me it's likely been there for 4 to 5 years, it all adds up to me. Of course, not to mention that the doctor specialist because they won't hear me out. I don't think they know enough to rule out anything it could be behind. Kevin, what gave you seizures? I never asked you that.
I don't know. Nobody knows. I was diagnosed with JME, juvenile myoclonic epilepsy, and I don't know if there was a gene for it or anything, but yeah, I think about half of the, I'm not sure about the exact number, but yeah, half of cases of epilepsy don't really, they don't really know. They don't really have a cause. And I'm one of the cases that they don't really know.
That
They have a
sucks.
diagnosis, but they don't know what caused it.
One says, I say yes, it's definitely possible. My daughter had left temporal lobectomy in 2008 and was seizure free, still on low dose seizure meds until she got her first COVID vaccine. She had a seizure the following day. We thought it was weird that it seemingly came out of nowhere. Doc increased meds. Then she got her second COVID vaccine. She had a seizure the very next morning. This one resulted in her being intubated in the ICU for 24 hours, then regular neuro floor 2, regular neuro floor for 2 more days. That's what made the connection of the vaccine causes them to start up again. Now she's having 3 to 5 seizures every week. She's had to quit her job, can't be alone anymore, sleeps with a monitor in her own bedroom. So, in my opinion, yes, the COVID vaccine could definitely be responsible. Best of luck to you. I knew it. My close friend's hubby just started getting seizures randomly. Wouldn't say it was a picture of health. Smoked a lot of weed, but the ER actually admitted it was most likely triggered by the vaccine. I am in Canada, outside of Toronto. I was shocked at that fact. Just wasn't expecting docs to now be readily admitting to it.
See, that wasn't on record.
It could absolutely be responsible. Doctors are just now admitting what they are seeing post-COVID. Seizures are just the most recent symptom for my daughter and many, many other we've met. The truth is coming to surface. Let's just pray the research community figures out a way to stop the effects and spike protein in our bodies. I think I read that already.
what evidence is this now that these people have that
They're
vaccines
going off
cause?
their personal experiences, it sounds like.
Kevin, you want evidence? These are
Yes.
crackpots. There's no evidence.
Yeah, that's what I just want to bring it up. That yeah, like they just
The
heard
evidence
from
is
they just
the
heard from
evidence is they
someone.
heard it. Yeah, they heard it
Yeah.
on
Timing is
Fox
everything in
News.
their logic.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of different opinions here. Read one more. It says, I'm not your age. I'm 47. I had 2 grand miles now, one at 46, and 9 months later at 47. I first was determined to be a fluke, but after a second seizure, I was put on Keppra. I got the infamous Keppra rage and switched up to Lamictal. I got a few second warning both times and laid myself on the ground before having grand mal. So I have not been terribly injured like you. Not being able to drive for 6 months each time has been the hardest for me. One of the seizures was at a workplace witnessed by a coworker, and the second was at home by my 17-year-old daughter. I do not want to attribute the COVID vaccine to my seizures, as I got the vaccine at least 2 or 3 years before my first seizure. I have had normal EKG, EEGs, CAT scan, MRI, blood tests, blood sugar levels, and Dexcom, etc. The not knowing the cause is frustrating. I wish you luck. Oh, you never have a seizure again. To be honest, I hate the ones where people are just like giving their experiences instead of answering the question, because I just read like a paragraph to hear, oh yeah, this happened to me 3 years ago and I still haven't had it.
But she's given the flip side that she had seizures before the vaccine, and then after she had the vaccine, it didn't cause any more. Like, it didn't even trigger seizures. It sounded like what that one said. So it sounded like that one was just giving an opposite opinion of everybody else, saying she had the vaccine and then had a seizure the next day or something.
Yeah, it wasn't just that one. There was a few of them. They just wasn't answering the question. They were going for just telling their experiences and then end up with, hey, I'm sorry you're going through this. Hope for the best. But got another one here. It says, that was a lot. Off of Keppra, recently off Levopil, having a headache, right, and had nausea for the past few days. Is this normal or should I be worried? I feel like crying because I want to feel better and get back to my life. I just got off Keppra. And that's what they're feeling. I don't know what it's like to get off of Keppra because I don't remember. Did anybody get sick after getting off of Keppra?
Not at all. It was a breeze for me getting off it. And I was happy to get off it.
Yeah, lowering the dose has been nothing but positives.
Okay.
Just worried about starting up the Lamictal, I think. I was just stressing about that.
Yeah. This one that says I felt like crying. That sounds like getting on Keppra. Don't know how to feel about life. But the first and only comment here says, when I came off of all my meds, I was very sick, even though I had doctor's help with lowering the dosages at proper time. It took me a long time for my body to adjust because I had been on meds for so long. I can tell you it got better for me. I'm no longer nauseous, tired, just brain block feeling. Hope you feel well soon. Anybody enjoy being off of Keppra? I do.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Am I a weirdo that was never on Keppra to begin with?
Yes,
Lucky you, man.
you are the weirdo.
High five your doctor.
Yeah, heck yeah. I was too prone to suicidality beforehand to risk it. I don't know if that's a positive reason to have not started or not, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
the
what you
black
learn from
box
that is to
warning.
always look at the positive, right?
Yeah, I guess.
you go.
Yeah.
Any
Black box
reason is
warning on
positive.
Kepra kept me off of it. So, yeah.
I
Hooray.
don't think they asked me enough questions to know. They just said, here, take this.
Really.
Yep.
It's got a black box warning on the side, the highest caution rating. It's supposed to be obvious, like even, I think it's even you're supposed to get counseling from the pharmacist, I think, about the potential for suicidal thoughts and negative mood shift when they first give it to you. I might be mistaken about that, but that was my impression. I was asked about that in the office before anything was prescribed to me. So, yeah, that's why I was started on Lamictal initially, and then I got skin rashes, sun sensitive skin rashes. Not Steven Johnson syndrome, but still rashes. So that's why I was never on Keppra, but
Well, it's great
Yeah.
that you didn't have to take it.
Right.
yeah.
The gold standard. It's what they usually start to give to everybody. Yeah. Luckily, it was my second.
But we did have shortages. There was a couple of times where they couldn't be filled.
There's another thing
Yeah,
I was thinking of. Does anybody think there's any relation to generic and not generic? Like, do you think you would have less seizures if we took the not generic? Like, if I was to go get some Lamictal, which is actually like $1,000 a bottle. No,
That's
they
not
said
extended release, is it? Like it's
no,
just
it's just
tablet, not a
Lamictal.
capsule.
It's Lamictal, and it was for 60 days. 2 months worth of pills was $912. And I was like, ooh, I don't even want to know how much the rest of it is. Because I needed a 90-day refill, and they didn't have the regular, like you said, extended release. They didn't have regular lamotrigine. So they were like, yeah, we can get Lamictal. We have that. And my
Well,
insurance.
expect to have a bad week if you're switching it up. If you were taking the brand name or if you were taking the generic and then you got to take the other one, extended release or not, it's going to be a rough switch if it was anything like anytime I had to do that. More focals. No more tonic-clonics than usual, but just a real, like, confusing week.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on whether you noticed any more side effects on one or the other? Any preference for the brand name over the generic?
I noticed when switching over, there was a little bit more drowsy. And then I didn't beat that until most recently. I've been dealing with that. The drowsy, once I switched over, I used to like point
Which
out like
one?
I'm much tired than I used to be. But
On the name brand?
no,
More tired?
no, when I switched over from Keppra to lamotrigine, that's when all I noticed was being that more tired. But that was the only thing I noticed after switching over. And then again, that was like, yeah, that was several years ago. So that was the first thing I noticed.
But there was more side effect from the generic over
Yes,
the brand name. So that's interesting.
yes.
And I don't think it's an accident.
Yeah.
Also, because I think a lot of the differences, at least my impression is comes down to the like the manufacturing processes and the oversight between them. The name brand pharmaceuticals produced by the big, you know, giants here in the United States are all subject at every single step of their manufacturing process to oversight by the FDA. That, I mean, from the very first precursor chemicals all the way through to the final tablets that go into every single pill jar is supervised by the FDA. So every single molecule effectively is accounted for. So that sort of control, you know, there's more control over a single precursor chemical in an American pharmaceutical than a lot of like generic overseas brand name final product. That's really where a lot of the difference comes down to, is the manufacturing control.
So
And
does that give us more
that is
reason to be suspicious or feel safe?
more reason to feel safe. But it's the reason for the high cost. You pay for the quality for any sort of assurance. The cheaper overseas stuff, they give you ostensibly the same molecule, and there's probably still the same amount of the medication in each tablet and whatnot, but they don't have the same sort of oversight over every step of the process that American companies do, which is how they can produce these drugs at such a low cost compared to the American ones. So it's a trade-off. You know, there's no free lunch. You either pay for pay the high price for the manufacturing control and peace of mind over that, you know, knowing that they can go and track down to every single individual bottle which pills, if there's a recall or something in some step in the process, they can tell you these individual people have the pills that were affected by this little spill something, you know, in a lab somewhere. You don't get that sort of assurance from a generic overseas pill manufacturer. But you don't have to pay the high cost. It's
Toaster, what's your thoughts?
Well, actually, I want to remark that I really enjoyed the not counterpoint, that's not the right word. Oh,
Perspective.
yes. Because yeah, I've been sitting here for the longest time being like, I want to be in Canada. I want to be in blah blah blah. And I never thought that, yeah, maybe the pill factories aren't as clean, I guess is the right word.
controlled,
Yeah,
supervised,
regulated.
yes.
And I know this is a very, very weird analogy. There's a store near my house called Where Ya Been. And my mom took me there once because I couldn't stand it. I walked in, and all it is these giant bins full of boxes of returned Amazon items. but they've all been taped up. You can't see what's in the box, nothing, and it's just random chaos. And we walked 10 feet into the Target, and it's like, this is what I'm paying Target prices for, is the organization. And now my thought is done.
And welcome, Raven. Happy to have you. Anybody remember that icebreaker?
Ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup or mustard? ¿Por qué no los dos? I want both.
There's a one or the other. It's like yes or no. It's like, you don't get
Oh, okay.
both
Ketchup or
soups in one
mustard?
bowl.
Yes. I guess if I had to be honest, I don't eat either of them anymore because I have too many dietary restrictions, but I would probably say if we're just thinking like regular yellow mustard, I'm gonna say ketchup. If we're doing like the spicy stone ground stuff, I'm gonna say mustard.
The official icebreaker was, what's your favorite possession?
Most prized possession.
Most prized possession.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Mine's really wholesome. When my youngest stepkid lost his tooth here and not at his mom's house, I had to clean up the blood all over the sink and the mirror. It was just everywhere, and I got to slip the money under the pillow and steal the tooth, and I kept the tooth, and that's what I would save in a fire.
That's so sweet.
That is adorable.
It's mine. I earned it.
Hey, you know what? You're not the only mom that's done something similar.
That's good.
Raven's a grandma.
I am. I'm Nana Kitty.
It's hilarious when I say it.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You're a grandmother?
I'm a step grandma. Yes.
Unofficial.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask how old you are? Because you look so young to me.
I'm 38.
You're
but my
kidding
partner's
me.
15 years older than I am, and
He's still 21.
He had a kid when he was too young, so we have accidental grandbabies in the family. Yep, 4 and 2, or 5 and 3. I can't remember how old they are now. They grow up so fast.
Yeah, they do. My grandson is just about to turn 6.
Aw, that's a fun age, though.
As long as they're in a good mood.
Fair enough.
My nephew's 2, and he still thinks my mustache is a toy. So.
I mean, isn't it?
Almost forgot you were there, James.
He has
handlebar stashes.
I just joined back in a few minutes ago, but yeah, whenever I have it, yeah, he always tries and grabs it and play with it. So I make sure to do something crazy with it whenever I know I'm going to see him, just because I know he'll play with it and mess with it.
I don't know how you don't play with it and mess with it your own self. I would not be able to stop touching it.
I don't know. I'm too like obsessive. Like I make it the one shape for the day, and I'm like, okay, that's how it's gonna stay. I'm not gonna touch it now. I'm just weird like that. How's everybody been? I know, I dozed off for a couple hours, guys.
I think you needed it.
Yeah, I think I still do. I'm in a bit of pain with my pancreas and everything today, and still not eating very much, so it's hard to keep the meds down. And
well, just rest and listen.
yeah, If I chime in and say random shit, I apologize.
It's all right. I was gonna ask you, what's that pain like from the pancreas? What's that like? How do you manage that?
There's not really a way to describe it. It's kind of like right under where your rib cage kind of meets up, like right in the middle, like maybe a little bit to the right, like up under there is where the pain is. And it's a lot of just not being able, anything you eat or drink gets filtered through your pancreas. So when it's inflamed, I can't eat anything, I can't drink anything, which also means my other medication doesn't stay down, and then that's what kind of leads to some of the seizures and hospital stays if I can't have stuff for a couple of days. So
Isn't the pancreas what controls insulin levels?
correct. Yeah. Thankfully though, I don't have any diabetic issues. It's weird. I mean, it might be something that spikes, once in a while. I did have one hospital stay, when you go there obviously to the ER, they test, your blood for everything. They told me that my, blood sugar is through the roof, but I didn't feel any different than I had it at any other point. But I had never, out of all the other, dozens of tests I've had and done and everything, they've never mentioned that it was high. It was just that one single time. It was super weird. And then they tried to ask me like, oh well, your blood sugar is really high, and lipase, that's the enzyme that your pancreas makes that breaks down everything. That was really high as well. And usually, also kind of with epilepsy, you get people think, I don't know, just side things about it. With the pancreas, a lot of times people that have issues with their pancreas or issues with that, it's either diabetes, but I don't have that. And then the other main issue that causes issues with that is drinking alcohol. So I've gone in there a couple times and they're like, oh, are you sure you don't drink? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, fucking go ahead, draw my blood. Look at it right now, and like my lipase will be really high, my blood sugar will be high, but there's zero alcohol in my in my system. So then the doctors kind of come back and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, now, oh, we should look at this. Yeah, they actually take it seriously. They don't just take me as some idiot who overdrank and ended up in the hospital or something. It takes them a few minutes to take me seriously. So along with that, and the how sometimes you can get treated with seizures and epilepsy too, and it just gets frustrating. Man, I ranted. I needed to not sign back on. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all right, James.
No, that's why we're here.
Did we ever get that what's your most prized possession out of Toaster and Raven?
I don't remember Raven either.
No, mine was the
Raven was a tooth.
Oh, okay.
the last tooth from my stepkid. But
Toaster?
where's Toaster?
Ketchup or mustard?
If I had to choose, I'd probably choose ketchup. My prized possessions. So last summer, my kid Jeffy, he went to some lessons at the library, and he learned about Picasso, and he drew a Picasso dragon in the cubic style. Yes, I don't know exactly where it is either. And then later on, he went back for a Clayworks class. And it's sculpting, not clay, but I don't care. He had fun. He made another cubic dragon. And so these are my two prized possessions, or my Picasso dragons.
Those
I
are
remember
awesome.
that. Yeah. I remembered you showed that earlier, but I'll let you finish.
Thank you for reintroducing us and indulging my loose memory.
Well, I missed it
Goldfish
entirely
memory.
the first time, so I'm excited to see it.
Okay,
Hey,
there we go.
I don't mind showing these off.
Yeah, I know
Hey, I
how
could have
it
played it
is.
off as intentional.
I know how it is being a parent. You love showing the stuff that the child gave you. That's
Yeah.
why
Yeah,
I let you
I
finish. I
didn't
was
get
like,
I
okay,
didn't get
yeah,
to
she's
see it
proud.
either, so it's all good.
Something to
The
be proud
painting
of.
is
Your child gave
actually
you something.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeffrey got this new dragon toy today, and he absolutely loves it. I'm teasing Jeff right now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Does he not love it?
Oh, he loves it. He got to build it. You had to put it together because this is a Discovery toy. It's from Discovery, so of course there has to be an element of science and hands-on.
I was gonna ask if it was Legos.
Nope, nope, nope. It was a robot toy. He had to add the legs and the tail together and the wings. And then, of course, add the water in to make smoke. It's just fine mist. He had a blast.
Nice.
He got to read the directions and then read it twice.
I'm glad he liked it.
Yeah, some of the most random gifts end up being favorites. You never know which one they're gonna latch onto.
Yes. Its name is let me see if I remember it right. Light Steam. Big name.
Was this the one that he drew or another toy?
No, the toy he made today.
Oh,
It's Light Steam because it lights up and
okay.
it makes steam.
Nice.
All right, I'm
That's gonna
done
be a fun
with
age.
my little tangent.
That's
Come
funny. Like
on.
like he said,
Mommy of the
yeah. Like
century?
sometimes the most like random gifts are like their favorite ones. My nephew turned 2 about a month ago, so I just gave him a bunch of little things like right. Got him our whole family's into Disney and into like racing, like auto racing. So we got him some Legos, a couple Disney things, all of this. But then the school that I work at, each year the library, we get rid of books that
Oh, I
I don't
love it
know,
when that happens.
they get they get older or whatever, whatever you want to call it. So
Yeah.
they put them in the staff room and they're like, oh, free books. So I'm looking through them, right, and there's one, and it's called If I Were an Oakland Athletic. So for anybody, the Oakland A's,
Okay.
the baseball team, that's close to where I am, and our whole family is huge Oakland A's fans. Well, at least until they moved. I won't rant on that, but anyway, so
You suck, bro.
yeah. So there's a book. So like I said, it was titled, If I Was an Oakland Athletic, and like right in the middle of the front page was a place to put a picture. Like so you could put like the little, like the little kid's picture. So I took I took it home. I printed out like this teeny little picture of my nephew, put his, face in there, and like so he opens up like like the Disney stuff we got him, like the Legos that we got him, but he was like holding on to that book. He would not let go of that book like out of one of his hands. He would still maybe touch or play with the other pictures, but like as he's walking out of the house, he's still like a little 2-year-old wobbling, out of the house, and in one hand he's holding on to this book. It
My
was just
book.
like, yeah, it was like something I got for free. I just printed out,
Yeah, but it had his
versus the other
picture in
stuff that
it.
yeah. But yeah, it was versus, the other stuff we spent time and money on getting and everything, and he still found like the cheapest, quickest gift
Well,
that I got him as like his favorite. And it was so cute.
it's adorable. I think we lost what the post was, though. I forgot it. What post were we on?
Yeah,
Prized possession. Prized possession.
Oh, yeah, we were on that.
James.
I think I kind of linked into that.
James.
I'll say that's his for the moment, since that was just like 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah, but what's yours?
oh,
Jay's
mine.
the suck.
I think I showed it earlier. It was one of my pocket watches.
Oh, yeah. I
have one
remember
from
that.
I have one from the very early 1800s. It's got an actual silver chain connected to it. It's one of those like old-fashioned ones that you like, a stereotypical one, like you push the the stem down and it chimes like with each hour.
Oh, that's cool.
I would pull it out right now, but I have to take the key out and then wind it because
Whoa.
it's so old. It
It's
still
hard
needs
to
one of
hear
those.
with the background noise. I'm sorry.
I'll pull it out later.
Is that mine or?
Oh, I am die hard A's fan. I have literally, I'll have to break it out one day. I still have it. I have been in the fucking Mercury News. I have been in the newspaper because I dress up when I go to A's games. You've seen how I dress. You know, when I come home from work sometime, you know, the suit and tie, that's just how I always dress. I have a full white tuxedo with a green shirt, a yellow tie, and I wear a green top hat. And that's how I would go to A's games. I would dress the fuck up. I had all these crazy outfits. I spent so much time, so much of my youth there. My first game that I went to there was in 1993. Man, so you know, over 30 years of them being there, I I was pissed. And obviously you can tell I can go on for like the next 5 hours about how pissed I am about them moving. But
Hey,
I'll
you
shut
guys
up.
got the bees now. It's crazy. The A's left and the bees moved in.
That's true. I haven't gone to a game yet. My mom and I have been talking about that. Was like going to the A's games was like kind of like one of my like my mom and I's like, you know, bonding time type of thing.
You're gonna go
'Cause
to
she was
that?
she was such an A's fan too. So yeah, it kind of sucks. We're just like, well, what do we do now? Where do we hang out? Like, what the hell?
You go see the Giants. You don't go to the bees. Oh, that's what you
Oh,
go
dude,
do.
I'll go to the Bees game before. Yeah, no way I'm going to a Giant. I am not putting on anything Giants
It's
ever.
20 minutes away.
What the Bees?
The A's. I mean, the Giants. Just go over the water. But
Nah,
yeah, we're talking
nah, dude.
California, and they don't understand.
Exactly,
I would not
exactly.
go see a Bees or an A's game. The Giants are right
Dude,
there.
that would be okay for maybe the others I don't know. If you do know baseball, that would be like telling a Yankees fan to go to a Red Sox game. Like,
Uh,
like it's not something. It's not something that's gonna happen, no matter what.
oh, man. I got something here,
Drive
you guys.
out to Sacramento to see an A's game before I go and see a fucking Giants game, bro.
Wasting time either way.
What did you expect him to do with no attendance? You expected him to stay there because you were a fan and there were a few hundred fans that went to the games?
Well,
He's there to make money. There was no support for the team. I mean,
what's
be
their attendance
realistic. I
now?
understand it hurts. My team moved
What's
also.
their attendance now? Nobody's showing up to the games. They're playing in a minor league stadium. They can't even sell out a minor league stadium. All the other teams that go there hate playing there at a minor league stadium.
Shots fired.
So what? They still needed to move. Maybe Sacramento's not the end result. Maybe Sacramento's a temporary stop.
Then demolish the current stadium and just build a new one. They didn't need to move.
Yeah,
What do
didn't
they
need to
need a
move.
stadium for if there's nobody coming to the games?
I was gonna say that was their problem. Is a lot of their games were empty.
That's
You
the
were
same
there.
reason the Dodgers
I
moved
know
from
you
Brooklyn.
remember that.
Okay, well the A's have been gone a year and a half now. How
You remember
has
those
their
days?
attendance gone up? Has their attendance gone up?
I have no idea. I stopped paying attention once they became.
Well,
It
the
doesn't
answer's
matter.
no. I was being rhetorical. I was being
Oh no.
rhetorical, but
Hey,
Um,
okay,
That's
so
it hasn't.
California.
Yeah.
I want to do a trash talk.
Huh?
I want to do a trash talk.
You've got everybody's attention. The floor is yours.
You a
Okay.
baseball fan?
Oh no, I'm a football fan. Well, soccer fan. So that's the only trash talk I know. But David Tepper is the owner of my football club, and he's an idiot. You see, there's a tradition that we do before every game. We turn our backs to the field, like put our hands over the arms of the other people, and we all jump to a song called the Peppas. This tradition came from something called the Ponzan or Ponzaz. Oh shit. Anyway, Pon something. And it was originally used as a way to show support for your team, but disapproval for management.
What?
Huh?
Say that again.
Support
your
for the
team.
team, but disapproval of the management.
And you should
So
have seen
doesn't
those
he open the
games.
Panthers too?
Yes, he's the owner of the Panthers too. And
Yep.
it was caught that him doing this dance is like he has no idea what this means. He is dissing himself. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I have to say. But I love my team.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oakland
Yeah, I mean
We're
that.
talking about
I
some
think
rich
I think
guy
I've
like
mentioned it.
unintentionally insulting himself.
Yeah.
That's cool with me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I mean, I think I mentioned it before. That's why I was holding up the right here my Raleigh Fingers bobblehead. That's the reason I have that's the only reason I have my mustache. I would have never thought to like try and grow out, the big handlebar mustache if it wasn't for the A's players, back in the 70s. I mean, obviously I wasn't alive then, but obviously I loved the team, so I got that deep into it, and that's the reason I've had this thing on my face now
It's
for
a part of your
15,
image.
16 years. So what was that?
It's a part of your image.
Yeah. It is now. Yep, Mr. Mustache Man at work is how it always is now. So
James.
what's up? You know what? I thought we were friends, but I don't know about now, man.
Give me a second, you guys. It says I need help. I have had 3 seizures in the last 6 years, hospitalized for 2 of them. First one I had was at age 17, possibly from 72 plus hours of sleep and Adderall. We didn't even know it was a seizure until later on. The second one I had was a full grand mal convulsions, all when I was 20. Sent to the hospital and had all the tests done and no epilepsy and no weird brain activity shown. I recently just had a third one right after my 22nd B-day. I had nothing in my system other than 75 milligrams of Benadryl for allergies. I'm so confused and scared, and I have no idea why I have them. I have a history of anxiety and depression, so I'm wondering if it's possible in the case of PNES. I'm just scared and unsure of what's happening to me. They're so infrequent and circumstances are not always the same, so I have no idea what the triggers are or what they can be. They tested me and nothing abnormal came up in the EEG. Please, anybody experience, tell me what's happening to me. That's quite a few seizures. It's not that many. I wouldn't say PNES because I don't fully understand it still. I've heard a lot of Ann talking about it. I need a one-on-one with her. I don't exactly understand PNES and what it's like. I know it's like panic attack seizures or something like that, and I don't even know if that's true. So,
Go ahead, Tester. Okay, so PNES, psychogenic non-epileptic seizures. First thing you have to know is that while they are not electrical, they are still real seizures. And they matter just as much. That being said, there's different treatment options. The only treatment option is therapy, or known treatment option, I should say. Cognitive behavioral therapy, that's it. CBT therapy works the best. And honestly, I think therapy is for everyone. So even if it's not PNES, it's therapists. PNES, it's kind of hard to say how it works because it works differently for everybody who has PNES. I do know that 30% of epileptics will experience PNES at some point. So it's still possible that it's not just PNES, or you know what I'm saying. If you don't think that what you are, all I can do is really give facts. Also know that first EEGs usually don't show nothing. You need a longer EEG. Usually EEGs that people have first, I forgot the word right now, is only like 30 minutes long. That's not going to do shit for most of us. That's like a lightning strike.
All they've ever done for me.
I think that Jeff, is it Jeff? Yes, Jeff is the one that has his hand raised. I saw the J. I knew it was either Jeff or James that had the hand raised.
Hi.
Hi.
So if I'm sleeping and I have my arm out and it moves, but not jerks, it just moves up and down. Is that a PNES seizure?
No, that actually sounds more like a myoclonic.
Okay.
Or just a Heil Hitler, real quick.
A lot of PNES, I can tell you what my
I'm joking.
PNES seizures feel like. Or I can tell you the difference between my PNES seizures and my auras.
Right.
Usually with my auras, I will get a sense of dread. It's a sense of sky, earth, all of its array is doomed, and it's all coming down on my head. My PNES seizures, I also get a sense of doom, but it's actually on a more personal level, if that makes any sense. The world is literally closing in, and I will not be able to get out. So
I can't see my
that's,
head shaking, but it's shaking.
it's okay. But everyone, again, with PNES, it shows differently. Sometimes the fear will be so bad that my mom says I will fall down and I will be out of it for a few minutes, kind of shaking like I'm having a seizure. But she actually says that my PNES seizures are more floppy than my epileptic ones. My epileptic ones, I am much more stiff. PNES, I'm kind of noodly.
Yeah, the full ones are way worse. I know I've been like I hadn't had like a full like grand mal like in front of the kids at the school that I work at. But I did have one day
From you,
where
sweetie pie.
I'm
Daddy's
sorry.
getting water.
What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't
Oh,
hear.
someone's throwing a tantrum. Someone has to go to do parent duty. That's
Oh,
what we are
okay.
hearing.
So yeah, I ended up I went to there's obviously it's a elementary school, so there's tetherball. So the kid had hit it really hard and somehow it got like looped around at the top of the pole or whatever. I'm the like kind of the I'm the only male uh yard duty there, so it comes to me like, oh, can you go grab get this down. So I went to go over and like try and knock the ball down, and then one of the other the head um kind of like the maintenance staff and everything there, he like I said, my mom has worked there for years, so he knew my mom and he knew me already years before in my situation and everything. And he came over to me and I had just frozen in place. I was just staring up at the the
Nothingness.
tether ball. Like, yeah, there was nothing that I was doing. I wasn't moving. He was like, what's going on? Are you okay? And yeah, it was just super weird. And I don't remember it. The next thing I remember is, lying in the nurse's room at the school. And like my mom is sitting there in the chair next to me. And yeah, it was just a super weird thing because 99.9% of my seizures are the full grand mal, fall over, flop over, like I had last Thursday, like I mentioned, in the shower and fall down. But that was the only one that I've had where it's been kind of a like phase out, like mind disappear type of seizure. Every other time I've always had one that's just been a grand mal. So I was really confused as to why I would only have one that was like that.
I'm not the only one that's been diagnosed with PNES on here, am I?
Here right now, I believe so.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Um,
I haven't been officially diagnosed, but my neurologist doesn't think that whole episode I had where my eyes were, were the nystagmus, she doesn't think that was an epileptic seizure. So I'm not sure what other conclusion could be drawn from that necessarily. I haven't been seeing a psychiatrist to talk about any issues
Yeah.
associated with my epilepsy though, so I don't know.
I'll have to reshare the questions in my seizure diary at some point because that's what really tells my care team what type of seizure I'm having, is answering those questions. And it's really good for logging, of course, because, well, seizure diaries are good.
Please take your medication as prescribed or whatever works for you. We're not doctors.